Hey guys, got a really cool gadget to show you today. Looks like a boring dash cam, right? Well, it does have a dash cam functionality, but this is actually an AI box which will give a standard CarPlay car the ability to watch Netflix and YouTube and other video apps. And it's got 4 gigs of RAM and an 8-core processor. Let's check it out. Let me explain a little bit about what this thing is. So if you frequent my channel, you probably have seen that I've done a few videos on the Carlinkit products. Okay, so what Carlinkit does is they make these boxes which connect to your factory head unit if you have Apple CarPlay as standard, or if you have an aftermarket head unit which has Apple CarPlay. You plug these things in and they unlock it, and they give you a lot more features, such as the ability to install whatever apps you want, including Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube. So you can literally use your car's head unit to do whatever you want. So what Carlinkit have done is they've merged their product with a dash camera, and they've created this thing which I think is really innovative, because you literally just plonk it onto your window as you would a normal dash cam and plug it into a USB port. And that's going to give you both the dash cam and the smart features that you're looking for to upgrade your CarPlay experience. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it out of the box and show you, and then I'm going to fit it into the car and we're going to see how good it is. As usual, I will tell you that I don't get paid to endorse any company or product, including this Carlinkit device. This video is more about me sort of checking it out, seeing if it's any good and letting you know. However, if you do want one, in the video description you will find a link and a discount code which I think gives something like 18% discount off of the official Carlinkit devices. Anyway, let's get it out of the box. And so here the device is. So from a dash cam perspective, what we can see is you have adhesive up here to stick it on the window, and then depending on the actual angle of the window, you can move the lens up and down so that you can get it in the perfect position. Other than that, we have the USB-C to be connected to your car. We have a SIM card entry point because this does have built-in 4G. And you have a micro SD card slot for expanding the storage. That'll be for the dash cam footage, or if you want to put movies or music or whatever to view on your car stereo, you can do that as well. We also have this rather long USB cable, so this is what's going to be going around the window to plug into the car. And we have an adapter from USB-A to USB-C in case your car only has a USB-C socket. And they've also included this plastic trim tool. Now these are really useful when running cables, because you sometimes just need to get a little bit of plastic trim out of the way so that you can get a wire underneath so that it remains invisible. But if you use a metal tool, you're going to damage your dashboard. Where plastic tools don't damage your back dashboard, and they've actually included one, which is really cool. And then of course we have the manual. Okay, let's go and stick it in the car and see how good it is. So here I am sitting in my Ford Mustang Mach-E with the Carlinkit smart camera attached to my window, with the wire going around the trim and then coming out where the USB port is. And all I'm going to be doing is plugging the USB into the car's USB port, and that should give me all the functionality that we're here to look at. Now at the moment the car is switched on and it's waiting for me to connect an Apple CarPlay compatible device, which is what the Carlinkit is. So I'm going to plug the USB port in and we'll see how long it takes to boot up. So it's now plugged in. Intelligent connection system. And now it is ready to go. Now you might notice that I have customized this a little bit to my own requirements, but I didn't do anything outside of what was possible on the actual smart cam itself. I never installed anything new. Everything that you see here is exactly what was on the box, except for the image for the Mustang, which I put on the background, but I wanted to personalize it to this car, which is why I have that image on there. But Netflix and YouTube and Spotify, all of these things were already loaded onto this device. I did not have to install them separately, and that's a really, really nice touch, really plug and play. So on the dashboard here in the top left, we have a widget for playing back music. Now that is for local music that you might have on a memory card or that you've installed into the memory of the actual device itself. Or it could also be Spotify, because it is actually compatible with Spotify and you can control your Spotify tracks from that widget as well. Below the widget you have these 4 icons, and if you don't want those particular icons you can delete them and you can add any apps that you want. I've actually added these apps because these are the ones that I want to have access to straight from the dashboard. And then the other half of the screen you have this very, very large widget, which is of course Google Maps. And Google Maps is only one of the many options that you can have in this window. You can actually run a lot of apps in this window. It doesn't have to be navigation, you can run other things. Not everything is compatible. For example, if I go into the settings and I go to navigation setup and I change the launcher navigation widget to, let's do Spotify. You can see that you now have a full version of Spotify playing in this little widget here, which is absolutely brilliant. This is one of my favorite features of launchers these days, when the launcher software actually gives you the ability to run applications without leaving the launcher. So you're using the application, but you still have access to everything else whilst you have that third-party app running. Along the right-hand side here, you just have this bar which has the time. You can see that I've got a 4G SIM card currently in the smart cam because that is a possibility. So I've got 4G internet connectivity. You also have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity indicators there. And then these are the apps that have been recently ran. So because I have used these apps recently, that's why they are appearing on that sidebar. And down here in the bottom right hand corner, you have the apps button. And this is going to give you access to all the applications that you want. And you can see that there's Google Play Store there, because this is Android and you can install practically whatever you want to, which makes it brilliant. Now, like every Android device, I like to do a speed test to show you just how fast they are using everyday apps. So I'm going to use the usual Spotify and Waze, and we're going to see how long it takes for these things to boot up. So we're going to start with Spotify now. And that was only a few seconds, so that's pretty fast, no issues there. Okay, let's try Waze. Yeah, I mean, it's almost instantaneous, almost an instant boot. There's nothing wrong with the processing speed of this particular unit. So yeah, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever with speed with this thing here as well. And obviously you can just flick between the apps very, very quickly as well, because they're even on the right hand side bar here. But navigation and music is possible on any Apple CarPlay car, because that is the point of Apple CarPlay, to give you access to your music and navigation tools. So let's talk about the things that this device actually adds. All the features I've shown you so far are to do with the AI box part of this camera system, but there is a camera attached to the AI box, and that is what I'm going to show you now. So that is all controlled through the load key software. So I'm going to open that now. And there you go, so you can see the camera looking out of the front of the car now. We go into the settings, so you can record in 720 or 1080. It has the ability to have the timestamp or not. You can choose how long you want the individual files on the SD card to be recorded for. You can have 25 or 30 frames per second. You can choose whether or not it records from the microphone built into the actual camera. You can adjust the collision sensitivity, and this is where if there is a jolt, if you crash, it will automatically save files to the camera so that you don't lose them, so you have that evidence. But sometimes it's too trigger happy, it's too sensitive, and then you can change the actual sensitivity here so that it doesn't keep doing that. And then under advanced settings, you can delete all files, or you can factory reset the actual camera side of it. So the camera part of it is awesome. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It records in 1080 at 30 frames per second. It's a high quality camera that you get attached to your smart box. So that is really, really awesome. So on the video side of things, we do have Netflix, and this was installed with the actual box itself, because you don't have to install it separately, and that's brilliant. So if you want to watch anything whilst you're sitting waiting for someone, or you're waiting for your car to charge, you can do that with this particular box here. And that works with pretty much all of the other apps as well. So here's YouTube, you can watch YouTube videos to your heart's content, and if you want to put Disney Plus on there or something like that, but they will run because it's an Android device. But the other major thing that this Carlinkit device is going to give you is the ability to gain wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay if your car doesn't have it. Now this car already has wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, so there's no real reason for me to do it. But what you need is AutoKit, and you're going to find that in the apps. So is this worth the money? Well, you're getting a dash cam and you're getting a smart AI box in one single unit. And it also means that you don't have to find a place for your AI box to sort of sit in the center console or in your armrest or something, because it is going to be on display all the time because it's a dash cam. So you're going to have it on that window where you would normally have a dash cam as well. And you have the added benefit of being able to use the smart functionality, the actual Android software, to view your camera, and you can access all your recordings and everything on the actual screen itself, like a Tesla. This is actually a really good device, and yeah, if you're looking for a dash cam and you also want to get more features out of your car, this is absolutely worth the money. I hope this video was useful. If I've missed anything, please use the comment section below to ask, and I will see what I can do about answering them. And if there's any other devices or head units that you'd like me to review, just let me know what they are and I will do my very best to do it. Also, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel because there will be more.